Punk's gonna get back into the fray. Here comes Punk. Pat, what a night it's gonna be. We're gonna have a ringside seat. Saturday night's main event for these four. Beating the hell out of one another.
Everybody thinks they're saving the entire show. Seth freaking Rollins, Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker.
Boom! Logan Paul, for a fourth time, KO's the champion. With all that's transpired tonight, Logan Paul may not be the only one that Jey Uso has to worry about Saturday night.
Get ready! Roxanne, get ready. Get ready for the worst raw review on the internet. The worst raw review on the internet. STRAWS Raw with Eric B and Randy C. Chickens of bananas and fresh roast beef. This is STRAWS Raw.
Hello, friends, listeners, and newcomers. It's me, Eric B. They call me the Raw Dog, and this is the STRAWS Raw review, the absolute worst or top 1% best review of Raw on the internet. Thank you, folks, for joining us here on the Hub Sports Entertainment Network. And I do mean us because I am joined by my PIC, the man, the puppy in crime, the one who always joins me. His name is Randy C. Randy, bark at the fine folks out there listening.
Barking at the fine folks out there listening. I was going to tell a time-traveling joke, but you guys didn't like it. Hey, Eric B. Hey, everybody. It's me, Randy C. And as usual, we're powered by something. We are powered by the SmackDaddies. The SmackDaddies are your East Coast Tag Team Champions of the World, podcasting champions, that is. And they give you the week's coverage of SmackDown for the Hub Sports Entertainment. Tune in each and every week as your SmackDaddies review SmackDown, dive into their lives, and drop hot takes on the best wrestling show on Friday night. Don't you dare miss it. You can visit their website at SmackDaddies.ca or just come here to the Hub Sports Entertainment. Also powered by the Dynamite Drop with Sean and Ashley, giving you the week's AEW Dynamite and AEW product review. Join Sean and Ashley as they watch the program so you don't have to. That's Sean and Ashley with the Dynamite Drop. As well as Pure Fandom. Pure Fandom is your one-stop shop for your pro wrestling and lucha libre memorabilia. Located in Toronto, Canada. On Instagram, you can follow them at Pure Fandom Shop and Pure Fandom Shop 416. Their Facebook page is at facebook.com/Pure Fandom. And their YouTube channel, Pure Fandom 416. As well as the King of Print, offering and providing the best in your printing needs. Go to www.kingofprint.ca, the official printing company of the Hub Sports Entertainment. As well as interiorplants.ca. Want your home or business more beautiful? Go to interiorplant.ca. The Doctor of Plantonomics can help you out. That's interiorplant.ca. As well as the Handshaking Team. Join Eric B on a daily basis as of late, where he gives you some cheap heat. He gives you some wheels of misfortune. Many raffles and prizes available. This week he has a signed Big Boss Man Funko. Oh, it's not Big Boss Man, it's Diesel. Oh well, same head mold, but it still looks good. Yes, it's a Diesel. That's go to facebook.com/the handshaking team and join Eric every week with his Wheel of Misfortune and his cheap heat draws, as well as Chiquita Bananas. Why, Monroe?
Monkeys never collapse.
No, monkeys never cramp, but bananas do like to peel. And Eric wants to talk about nudes. So what do you want to talk about, sir? What about nudes?
We're not talking about nudes, Randy. You gotta listen. It's 10:24 a.m. as we are recording this show, and Randy has already got his mind in the gutter. Let's get it all the way out of the gutter, folks. Folks, thank you so much for tuning into me and Randy as we rant about the haps with the raps. I mean, sometimes the Raptors said we don't want to talk about them, but we're going to talk about wrestling instead, Randy. That's what we're going to talk about. So take that. Randy wants to talk about news. He talks about basketball all the time to me, and I just want us to talk about wrestling, and that's it. That's all I want to do. But no, folks, there is a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling and in the world of me and Randy. So, Randy, brother, how are you? First and foremost, how are you doing?
Well, I guess sore, my back hurts. I'm grumpy as hell, and I hate people, except for our fine listeners out there in the Hub Sports Entertainment Network. But yes, that's how my week's going. How about yourself there, Eric B? How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing quite well, my friend. Poor Randy has gone from the health ailment of the week to the health ailment of the hour recently. But it's okay because we're going to get him all fixed up, folks. And when we are done with him, nothing can stop him. He is going to be 75% metal, 25% adamantium, and 550% pure energy. Yep, that's some Steiner math for you there, folks. But no, I'm doing good, Randy. Big shout out to my dog. Talking about my dog, Randy, but talking about also my dog, Harley, who I now have had for 8 years on his gotcha day. Adopted him 8 years ago at like the absolute best time for me to get a dog. As soon as I said I had my own place, I was going to adopt a greyhound, and I did. And he just changed my life so much, dude. So talking about like hating people, having a dog or a pet in your life during that time. In Randy's case, he's got a turtle he snuggles up with occasionally. That changes his day, right?
Yeah, that's going to last 85 years. I never thought of that when I first got it. So if anybody wants a turtle out there, just like people right now, I'm not fond of that turtle. But congratulations, Eric, on your
85 years, man.
Your 8-year. The dog is an absolute great dog. And yes, he has changed your life. He's given you walks. He's given you memories. He's given you tears of joy. He's given you tears of unhappiness, but he's also giving you the smile that brands your face today and that brands this beautiful network. So thank you, Harley. Harley, you don't know how much you influenced all of us here at STRAWS Raw and the Hub.
But there you go for my dog. My dog talking about another dog. There's a lot of dog talk going on recently. WWE has just been entirely dominated by animal talk as of late, right, Randy? It feels like we're not even talking about wrestling anymore. We're talking about dogs. We're talking about owls. Sometimes we're talking about giraffes. We're just talking about all different types of animals, it seems, on the network. But
there's a lot of yeeting, too, last night, too. Yeets, I don't know what kind of bird that is. That's probably that ugly bird, you see with the big gull that looks like a pelican that makes that really weird noise, like a clap. So yeah, that if Jey Uso was a bird, he's probably that one. People what's that?
You know what? Thinking about mathematics and thinking about the breakdowns of last night's show. Last night's show was at least 17 to 19.5% yeet factor. There was just yeet going on for that much time on the screen. If we were on screen, Randy, we were yeeting last night from start to mid to finish. It was a lot of yeeting, actually. I wonder how Greg from the SmackDaddies feels about it.
Well, he's probably angry. But if you want to listen to the SmackDaddies, go every Saturday morning. You can hear Greg's angry thoughts. That's the SmackDaddies, the East Coast Tag Team Champions of the world.
Some things make him happy. This, I don't know if it's Yeah, anyway, so let's go.
Well, let's go back. It brings us back to news. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Sorry, Greg. No, a lot of wrestling this week, eh? We got TNA in town. We got Saturday night's main event coming about.
Yeah, which is turning out to be absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Quick card. 4 matches. Fast and furious, giving the people what they want, Randy. Randy always looks forward to this quarterly show. Do you think that this card stacks up to, say, the first reinstallment of the program, or what do you feel about this?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's, I know a lot of people are maybe crapping on it, but we get to see R-Truth versus John Cena in a non-title match. Non-title.
Yep.
Place, insert that statement there. Non-title.
You stop it. Randy, tell the people why you're making fun of me. Do it.
Why am I making fun of you?
About my prediction for what could John Cena do potentially to ruin wrestling.
Because you're on. Oh no, I'm not going to say what we said in chat, but yeah. Why don't you tell them? Because I may be taking wrong context of the text in that, but I honestly did think you were on some of my medication when you explained it to me.
Potentially,
I should say in the chat.
Yeah, potentially. There may have been Randy's pills that I found and had some thrills in doing so. But with that being said, what I had thought is to truly ruin wrestling, as John Cena says that he would. Why not job out to R-Truth? I didn't say he was going to do it at Saturday night's main event. I said that would be a way to ruin wrestling. And I think everybody thought that I was on crack. And you know what? I stand behind what I said.
Well, I heard other podcasts using our idea about Little Jimmy and Big Jim as well, but it's not. To be honest, R-Truth getting over John Cena this weekend is not unrealistic at all, and especially with the non-title stipulation. And I think that would be kind of funny, to be honest with you. So,
yeah, I think so too.
The schedule is out now. The schedule leak of John Cena's last remaining dates on tour, leading into Boston, going into December. So there's very
got to sell those tickets, man. Got to sell those tickets. But yeah,
limited time that we'll see him left. So why not? The R-Truth John Cena spot here, like in Orton and John Cena, is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, it's funny that this is the direction that they're going in. Other matches, though, let's quickly talk about them. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre steel cage match. They just keep running this feud into the ground, Randy. I feel like Drew has to probably lose here after WrestleMania. What do you think?
I don't know. Yeah, this is running it. Well, but what else is it there for them, right? At the
I don't know
the level. So I hope Drew wins for a change. Damian had the belt last, so why not give it to Drew? Let him win this series. So I picked Drew.
CM Punk, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Seth freaking Rollins. Randy,
heels got to win. Heels got to win unless they're going the opposite way with Seth right now and Braun. So, but other than that, yeah, heels got to win. Too many feel-good moments for everybody.
Well, we're going to get it with some yeets, I think. So Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Logan always getting the big spotlights here, but Jey Uso's got to take this one, right, bud?
Interference. There's going to be interference in this master disqualification, so it doesn't make a difference. Jey will definitely hold on to his belt at the end of the night due to some type of interference or by 9 different people. So
you know what, Randy? You just said the word of the day. Add sound effects, okay? Because interference is definitely the word of the day as we are talking about Monday Night Raw. So, Randy, should we interfere with our conversation here? And should we talk about Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, I guess we should talk about Monday Night Raw from the Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. Actually, I thought it was North Carolina for a second, but now once I read the little title of the building there, I guess it's not. South Carolina.
South Carolina. We are here in South Carolina. What's going on is the home of the Gamecocks, Randy's favorite college teams in all sports, I think, especially bowling. That's where Jeremy's going, I believe, right? Scholarships got him going there.
No, it's Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
Green Bay in Florida.
Green Bay. There we go.
Green Bay, home of the Moist Oysters. That's my favorite team.
The home of the Moist Oysters.
Oysters,
There we go, my friend. Let's get going. Listen, we are coming up on a big weekend here, like we talked about. We have Saturday night's main event. TNA is also going to be in town for us Torontonians, but we're going to get a quick look back to what happened last week. And we're going to start the show with the Maverick himself. He's so humble, Randy. It is Logan Paul. The man absolutely is not humble. I'm just going to say this first and foremost. He's not humble at all. He has Prime logos all over the ring that he stands in as he's cutting promos. Giant bottles at ringside. Whatever that new flavor is, looks absolutely terrible. Randy Orton thinks it's terrible. Randy, I know you're not a Prime guy, but listen, your son's in that era. What's his thoughts on Prime? What's this new flavor? What is it?
His flavor will always be that white, red, and blue, white, red, and blue, the creamsicle type thing, the rocket
pop.
Yeah, but he is a Prime connoisseur. Second one being his lemonade. He likes the lemonade one. Third being the strawberry. So, he has all the bottles. So he collects them. He's making like one of those like light up wall things with all the bottles that he has of these Primes. So yes, he is definitely a Prime connoisseur and a fan of the Logan Paulster, except for in crypto.
Got to get him some giant bottles. Got to get that kid some giant bottles for the dorm room. Let's go. Anybody who endorses the show, Prime, if you're listening, please send it to Randy C. And let's get that going. Just like Logan Paul is getting us going in the ring. Listen, Randy, he's knocked out Jey Uso 3 times leading up to this match so far. But 3 times he has knocked out Jey Uso. It's almost like it's ridiculous leading up to it, how many times he just keeps cold clocking him. But talking about cold clocking somebody, here hits a random music of Gunther. In what, again, bingo card. Could you see Gunther and Logan Paul standing in the ring with each other, cutting a promo against each other? Randy, what a random pairing that we have here.
Random but relevant. Yes, I totally agree. Yes, Gunther next in line, coming out to Logan Paul. Definitely surprised, but for what Gunther said is definitely true, right? Business and personal. That's what I got out of this promo.
Me too. That's a good way to look at it. Are we potentially looking at the sprinklings in of a potential Gunther eventual face turn?
Against Logan Paul? No. Like this, I don't even know why we had this promo, to be honest with you. But I'm next. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We all know what's going to happen on Saturday night. But people were behind Gunther last night, right? So, all right, and they are hearing it. It's possible. But a turn, I think like a tweener. A tweener might be the perfect word for Gunther, because he can't fully turn unless he's going to all of a sudden say he's from the States. You know what I mean? Which I doubt he's going to do. But I definitely believe a tweener.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see how Gunther could ever be a true face. If anything, he's just going to be one of those guys who is a tweener that we are so behind because of how popular he is, and just the way that he smacks the hell out of people is completely different than anybody else. He's one of those guys that is going to show you in the ring that his performance doesn't get completely tagged into either a face or a heel, and that's going to happen eventually for sure. He makes a Pat McAfee reference here to, at least Pat McAfee had some heart. Logan Paul does not have some heart. Gunther goes to leave the ring after he tells Logan, and I quote, Randy, "I will eat you alive." That's
nice.
Some good Logan Paul evens.
That's it. A little horseradish mayo, a little fine French mustard. You know what I mean? Yes, Gunther. But did you see Logan's Paul gulp when he said it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be scared. If I was Logan Paul right now, maybe I'd even throw winning the title. Maybe just lie down in the middle of the ring on Saturday.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I honestly, man, like I feel like Gunther telling somebody that he could eat somebody is actually a reality. Like that man looks like he was capable of eating a human being.
at one point in time, yes, most definitely, and lost a little weight, so he's probably kind of hungry. But yeah, he can definitely eat. He can definitely eat people up.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Gunther goes to leave the ring after this. Logan still talking some smack, but here comes Jey Uso from behind. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Super kick to the face. Bloodies Logan Paul in the process of doing so. Nice little hit to the face here as we cut this promo short. Trying to make Logan look a little bit stronger here in this title attempt here with the defense of Jey Uso. Might not have worked so well with him getting kicked in the face, but like I said, after knocking out Jey Uso 3 times, we have to give Jey something leading into Saturday night's main event. And that's what we did. But yeah, Gunther looked good here in this promo. It's good to see him back in the fold of the title and not just into another irrelevant feud, potentially like we see Drew and Priest just keep on going at each other.
100%.
All right. Julia and Roxanne Perez, like we talked about last week, they have split up. It's over for them already, Randy. It happened really fast. It's a good thing that it happened fast, though, isn't it?
Yeah, turn out the lights, party's over. But yes, most definitely. They shouldn't be put together because they're 2 individual stars that don't deserve to be in a tag team.
Yeah, it's one of those super teams that definitely bolstered the female tag division that absolutely needs that more than anything. But you can't pair these guys together for too long. They are, like Randy said, 2 future stars, 2 leaders of the division already.
Hogan and
Julia
Macho.
and Julia also is now officially signed to SmackDown, unfortunately, after that incredible entrance and introduction that we got last week. But it is what it is.
Complain about that, Greg. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, geez. Anyways, yeah, NBA does a quick little callback here to how they had a whole angle with Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson. For those who don't follow, Tyrese Halliburton of the Pacers, Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks, they will be squaring off in the Eastern Conference Finals. I am so looking forward to that quick little callback. Before the Toronto Raptors existed, I'm a huge basketball guy. Before the Raptors existed, I grew up, family aside, from New York, so I was a big Knicks fan. So me to see this, I'm jumping on the bandwagon, Rand.
Can I say one thing really quick? Because,
you
know, as much as I'm not into the basketball, but even seeing it last night and seeing this Halliburton guy that I really didn't know of anything. The guy's not a bad dude, eh? Did you see about that Pacer fan that was on the video that was getting trash thrown? You New York fans, I tell you, you New York fans throwing trash on a poor individual, 500 of them, one person. That's good. Mr. Halliburton, go Pacers. That's all.
Ben Stiller said it the best. Ben Stiller is like historical New York Knicks fan, courtside for every game. And he said it the best. Look, like we are New York fans. They're a certain breed. They're the biggest type of breed out there. They're very different, very, very full of heart and energy and vim and vigor, so to speak. But that's not New York at all. That is definitely not New York at all. So good on Tyrese Halliburton to find that guy on social media, flying him out to Indiana for a courtside seat. Yeah, the guy's a great guy and a huge basketball fan. May I add that as well? A huge basketball fan. And I do love this crossover, Randy. I love how WWE is trying to get involved more. TKO as a brand is trying to get them more cross involved with the largest, sporting leagues of the world. We have NFL crossovers. We have WWE crossovers. It's not just like showing up at a Savannah Bananas game anymore, which would be huge right now.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, what are you talking about, brother? That should be the next thing. That's the next level up right now. But yes, no, absolutely fantastic. That's what they're doing. They're doing really good on just being part of everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like Jey Uso, yeet, he's in the back. He runs into the Penguin himself, Mr. Paul Heyman, gives him some quick facts about CM Punk and betraying him and all that other stuff. Whatever, it is what it is. Like I said, we're going to see him later tonight. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker, non-title match. Yeet versus Woof, Randy. The Yeet versus the Woof, and that does become a real thing as well. So, folks, if you haven't watched yet and you think that I'm just joking around, that is a real thing, and it happens. We're going to talk about it later on the show, but you know what we're going to talk about first?
AJ and Penta versus the Judgment Day?
Your favorite, Randy's absolute favorite on the brand, and his name is Penta. Randy, I have been watching this match closely, and I got to say, there was many opportunities for Penta to throw in a Zero Miedo where he did not. What did you think about the fact that he didn't throw it in every single move of this match? You think AJ was like, cut that out?
No, I honestly think that Penta definitely listens to Straws Raw and takes my advice and critique to heart. And you're absolutely correct. There was very little Zero Miro, but I don't think he had a time to throw in a Zero Miro. AJ and Finn, as well as JD, star of the match, by the way, didn't give him time because the speed of this match was hectic. And I don't think if Penta wants to learn how to get back into that, and there was Judgment Day had about 80% offense in this match. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
So it's hard to throw up a Zero Miro when you're getting the shit kicked out of you. Sorry for swearing.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. That is true. But the speed of the match, absolutely great. It was very fluid as well the whole time. These four guys looked great in the ring. Definitely main event level, this match itself. Everything looked really, really good. AJ looks like a star, continues to look like a star. Finn just looks great as well. Talking about Judgment Day. Judgment Day did not have Dom at ringside again. Carlito there. No Dom. No Dom again. What up with that? Something.
He's missing Liv, texting in the background. You know, when you're new romances, you're always like every single moment you're texting him like, hey, you hang up the phone. No, you hang up the phone. That's probably what happened. And
crying in the shower when they do hang up.
Yeah. This is probably what's happening. So do you blame him? The question is, do you really blame him?
No, I can't blame him. We all miss Liv. We all miss Liv around here, especially Rob Arbic. He misses her the absolute most. But yes, we miss her a lot. This match, though, we missed absolutely nothing. Gave us everything that we could want out of these four gentlemen. We had frog splashes. We had moonsaults. We had DDTs. We had everything. We had JD's big head doing some damage, being used as a weapon. Shout out to Pat McAfee for mentioning that as well on commentary. Definitely gave me a nice little larfski. As well, it's 2 weeks in a row now, Randy, of Penta hitting some crazy Canadian destroyer outside of the ring involving Carlito. So shout out to him for doing so. Nice match here between these guys. But unfortunately, we have El Grande Americano. He has to come in, use his headbutt as a weapon. And this is going to take out Penta, unfortunately. Coup de grace finishes the match here. 17 minutes for these guys, man. So like you said, it seemed like a very fast-paced match, but they gave them some segments to work.
100%. Definitely, to me, match of the night. This is the Reese the Superstar match of the night. A 4.25 banana that we're going to give this match. And it's involving Penta. Can you believe this? Penta? Yes, JD McDonough, baby head so heavy. His head was definitely getting pounded in this match too. Imagine if he was El Grande Americano. It definitely isn't, because they're both in the same spot. And I put a metal plate in his head. Holy crow. It'd be a wrecking ball in the WWE. But again, the good things about this match. Penta looked good. AJ looked good. Finn looked phenomenal. JD JD's a small dude. And when you can make it believable, the guy that normally gets beat up like all the time, and make it like he can hang with the boys like he did, it looks great. You know what I mean? So again, all of them, and including Penta. Yes, give me trouble down below. Great match. Probably one of my favorite matches of the year so far on Raw.
Yeah. Remember when everybody was freaking out about JD McDonough being renamed to JD McDonough and not being Jordan Devlin anymore, and thinking like that was going to affect his career in any way?
Yeah.
Same thing happened with Gunther. Didn't affect his
Mateo.
career in any way. And now we're on the JC Mateo thing again. And it seems like we just repeat history as fans, where we just don't let things go sometimes. Well, they said Jeff Cobb on commentary when he came out. That's how surprised they were about it as well. They probably weren't informed that this was going to happen. And yes, at the time, that was his name as a free agent. But now he's signed to a brand, which is, kind of about money. And they're going to give you a name. So, yeah, it hasn't affected JD at all.
And finally, the best move in wrestling, the Tour of the Islands, the reverse power slam, I call it. Absolutely incredible. Finally in the WWE. But JD, back to JD. Superstar. Highlight of the night. The superstar of the night.
Yeah, the absolute worker of the WWE. He's back on Monday Night Raw every week, folks, and he's giving us great matches every single week.
Definitely love him.
Love him. Love him like Liv? Not so much. But yes, we do love him. Judgment Day. Judgment Day just stealing our hearts, Randy. Seriously.
Every single week. Again, this is the reason why we've been liking Raw so much as of late. It's all to do with Judgment Day. So, to the most part.
You know what? It's so funny. We laugh about this, but when you think about it, seriously, when you think about Rhea's involvement with Judgment Day, Damian Priest, like Judgment Day has just been running rucksack on Raw for a while, and it's just given us so many storylines, and it's been so enjoyable, dude. So
a lot of pleasure. A lot of pleasure. Let's highlight that. A lot of pleasure.
All right. Stop it.
Speaking about not pleasure, Sheamus is up next, I think. Or are we missing something in between?
No, you're jumping way ahead. You're trying to get Sheamus out of the way. And don't worry, Randy, we're going to move through that match lightning fast. That's going to be our lightning round of the week. But we are going forward. It is Io Sky talking to Liz. She's going to take on anyone. And here's Becky Lynch to remind her that she's never beaten her before. Okay. I don't think anybody really cares that much about that. Seth Rollins is in the back. He interrupts Logan Paul. Logan Paul just wants to get out of here, man. He has things to do. He wants to get out of here. But listen, Rollins wants to talk to him about his opportunity that he has on Saturday night. And all of that other stuff. Rollins will be waiting for him on the other side if he gets past Jey Uso and he gets past Gunther. Yeah, that seems like a lot, man. That seems like a lot.
A lot.
Just way too much.
A lot. That's a lot of roast
beef. It's not a lot of roast beef. It's just a lot of wonderful workmanship in the ring that we have coming up.
A three-way turning into a two-way?
No,
is that what you're saying? Oh,
no.
What?
Randy is in a different world today when it comes to Money in the Bank qualifying. But Money in the Bank qualifying match that we're going to get first will be Becky Lynch versus Roxanne Perez versus Natalya.
Oh,
and unfortunately, it's not Natty. It is full on Natalya. But shout out to Natty for also doing NWA over the weekend, and the whole angle that broke the internet of her punching a fan. Randy, that was the best. That was the best.
She still knows how to work us. Natty is the greatest outside of WWE. Just quit, Natty. Please entertain us on the indies. I'm not saying this in any bad way. Please don't think of it as any bad way. I like seeing this true grit Natty, dungeon Natty outside of it. Why WWE won't let her use this, I have no clue. But I like it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. we need like a Brock Lesnar type in the female division. I'm not saying that Natty is that big as imposing, but she can be that much of a destroyer with her dungeon training, and it's been proven. She has no qualms or quarrels of walking right up to punching a fan in the face as he's ringside. She could definitely run in there and put this division on notice and do it a lot better than the return of Becky Lynch. I think we need something fresh and we need something new. And even in this three-way here, we see like a little bit of staleness, in my opinion, with Becky Lynch. Roxanne Perez being pushed as a heel right now, but the fans are absolutely behind her the most in this match. But they would be behind the Natty as well. I think that we would definitely be behind Natty as well if we got this true character. So why can't we unlock it? What is the problem? Is it because we're at kind of the twilight of Natty's career? But wouldn't that be like the best time, Randy, to introduce, say, for example, a House of Pain Natty?
It wouldn't be as believable as we're seeing it on the other side of the WWE fence, right? This imaginary fence that's out there does provide different eyes. And when I say that, a lot of these guys that go to GCW aren't WWE fans anymore. And I will say that 100%, they're an AEW fan, or they're a super indie fan, like they're a Young Bucks fan. And not that there's anything wrong with that. But it is an invisible fence, and she's been around too much. She's tagged with Maxine Dupree and Pink, like, you know what I mean? And like, and it's just it's not believable anymore. So when you cross this invisible line, this invisible fence, and she turns into this different character, that's what it makes it so believable for the other fans. Like,
it's true.
We're smarter marks, I guess you can say. I'm not saying I'm the smart mark whatsoever. I'm just a smarter mark. So we can see where these lines and these stories go. But as individual or marks, or whatever word you want to call fans, I shouldn't even use the word mark, fans, when they have this blurred line, it's easier to get along. So again, I think we just seen too much of Natalya in the WWE. We've seen too much losing. We've seen, as of late anyways, or the last 5 years as it may be.
Yeah.
So it's not as believable. And it only makes sense.
That being said, she does look really tough in this match. You know, she looks kind of like a wall in this match in comparison to the other two. She seems like she's almost getting the better of them at a certain point, even though we know that there's no way that she's going to get this win here. But, you know, she's throwing out lariats. She's got double sharpshooters. She's throwing in there as well. But yeah, the crowd is just entirely behind Roxanne Perez, no matter what. If she's pushed as a heel face, it really doesn't matter. The girl is just absolutely over. And she's a prodigy for a reason, dude. She just looks great in this match. Pop Rocks gives her the win. The pin obviously is going to go to Natalya, but they gave these ladies a decent time to work as well. It's not that it was like a bad match at all. Don't get me wrong, but it's our first of two Money in the Bank qualifiers that we see. And yeah, we're going to have that as a little bit of a thread as we are in Money in the Bank season, Randy.
It's a Lyra Valkyria taking out, giving a distraction to Miss Becky Lynch in order for Roxanne to get the win there, which I'm definitely fine for getting. But Becky Lynch not in a pay-per-view or Money in the Bank qualifier. Lyra Valkyria, woot woot, the owl herself, causing that the distraction. You know,
a feather to the face.
Oh, you know what I just thought of when it did the woot? Remember Pingu?
Yeah.
Newt. That's now I'm gonna think is Lyra Valkyria from now on. I apologize, but Newt. Yeah, it's good. The right person won. The right person won.
Me smells a rematch. Not next week, but the week after on Monday Night Raw. Like, there's going to be something with Lyra next week that Becky's going to come and interrupt, and we have a rematch. That's the direction we're going with in here. And I don't know what else we're going to do with Becky Lynch at this point.
Yeah, I guess it's Lyra, Valkyria, or nothing for now. I will say though, this match after the first, like the last match that we just seen with Judgment Day, yes, the crowd was behind Roxanne, but the crowd was quiet, like real quiet. This was the quietest of the night. Was during this match. It was quieter than Sheamus, like you know what I mean. So that was, no, maybe not. I have no clue. I'm taking that.
No. I think you're right with that, honestly. And that's just a problem that we have with female wrestling in general. A lot of the time, the women have to work twice as hard to get that pop and get that reaction. And when you look back at matches and you say that was a much better match, or it's just sometimes it's the spot that it's placed in as well. The first match was very high energy, fast and furious during its more or less like what you would call like a 2-segment match, 17 minutes. This match as well followed up another 15-minute match. Maybe you should have put that Sheamus and Grayson Waller match here instead. Maybe that would have made more sense.
Maybe.
But you had qualifiers, man, so they got to get rid of them at some point, right? That's just the way it is. Qualifiers after qualifiers after qualifiers. But yeah, Becky Lynch, jobber of the stars, it seems like as of right now. Sami Zayn, talking about jobber of the stars. No, I'm just joking. We love Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn comes in to see Jey Uso. Telling him, don't worry about it, Us. I got you back. That's about it. All right. That's fine.
That's about it.
We got a quick little throwback here to John Cena beating Michael Cole on Raw in 2012. Randy, I was not watching at that time. Were you?
Yes, I did see that, and it was funny. But thank you for the throwback.
Absolutely random. Absolutely random that we have to throw that in there. Michael Cole says it is not quite as embarrassing as Heidenreich. Ugh. Said that on TV. I don't know if that's PG, brother.
Heidenreich.
Randy, we got exactly what we wanted. We knew we would get, and we were hoping for it. As soon as we saw this angle teased, we said we need this match in our lives, and we are getting it, brother. It is Akira Tozawa versus Rusev, and Rusev's big push back to the big time.
You go next week.
My God, man.
Next week.
Why are we doing this?
Well, that brings up the next match. It's Grayson Waller versus Sheamus. Sheamus wins with via bro kick.
Yeah.
That's it. And then it goes to commercial. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are making a bet on basketball. So let's start from there. Okay, go.
The funny thing is, Randy gave us the best synopsis that he could of that 10-minute match. But yeah, that happened, and we had that. It was there. Eastern Conference Finals coming up. Pat McAfee, obviously a Pacers fan, Indiana Pacers, that is. And we got Michael Cole, who's obviously a New York Knicks fan, and they have made a bet, my friend. Also, here comes Tyrese Halliburton on a conversation via web chat earlier in the day. Like I said, continuing to push the cross-branding here. WWE and NBA. I love it. I didn't think it would ever happen. Honestly, I always thought that wrestling would always be relegated and not as like a real sport in the eyes of these other leagues. But here we are connected and thriving together forever.
And Tyrese Halliburton will be a playable character in the new DLC pack for WWE 2K25. Eric Blondon has not bought this game yet, and now because of this, he will. So, yes, he's excited. Oh, okay, sorry.
I will not dignify that. I honestly, there's going to be his moveset is going to be something. It's fine. Like his finisher is going to be something called like a slam dunk.
The alley up.
Right. Oh, God. An alley.
A double dribble.
It's going to be so bad. It is going to be so bad. But anyways, yeah, they gave us a quick rundown of Saturday night's main event, which me and Randy might do. I don't know. We haven't talked about that. Randy, have we talked about that yet?
Yeah, we're doing it on Sunday. So join us.
There you
Sunday
go,
night's
folks.
main event is back. Jack on Sunday. Eric B. and Randy C. We'll give you about 20 minutes of the rundown of Sunday night's main event.
Fast and furious, just like Gunther, who's also interrupted by Seth Rollins. Seth is just walking around interrupting people like he don't give a damn. But I guess when you got a wise man in your corner, doing your bidding for you. You can just interrupt whoever you want and get away with it. But man, I'm telling you, if Seth came and interrupted me this many times, there'd be some hell to pay. I'd be smacking Randy.
That's it. I'd get up on a stool and smack that giraffe in the head as quick as I could.
Talking about smacking giraffes, it is our Money in the Bank qualifying match, our second of the evening. Here comes Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. She's still here versus the returning Kairi Sane. I swear, Randy, as soon as they announced Zoe Stark, I said to myself, she's the only one that survived out of the Pure Fusion collective. I literally thought that she was cut. I'm not lying. I thought that she was cut. And unfortunately, after what happened in this match, she probably will be. But that's not her fault. Like,
you said the only one that survived. She didn't survive 20 seconds in this match realistically, and we hope you recover real quickly because I saw that pause on that break. Oh, explain it. She breaks her leg, her knee, or something in this, and so get away from it real quick.
Zoe, and I'll tell you something that's actually very interesting about that as I was watching it again this morning, because I had to watch it to see if we were going to just keep that live or how Netflix was going to censor it out afterwards or what happened. So right about, I don't know, 2 minutes into the match, we hear Zoe call for Kairi to run and get hit by a missile dropkick from the corner. And she just lands on her knee very awkwardly, lands on her feet very awkwardly, and the leg goes completely underneath the other part of her leg. You see the knee get messed up instantly. And unfortunately, with knee injuries, one of the easiest tells in that this is not fake and this is not a work is the sounds that Zoe Stark was making. So it was absolutely terrible. When I was watching it again this morning, Netflix does its best to kind of censor that sound a little bit. And if you are watching it, and like, folks, you can tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I tried it like 20 times. I watched it, Randy, and once it got past that point, I tried to skip backwards and it like wouldn't let me. It was just like kept on going to the commercial break once Zoe was removed from the match. So
again, how quiet again this match was too. You heard a lot of talking. You know what? I heard a lot of talking in the ring. Even the Penta AJ match too. I heard a lot of talking of setting up spots and everything. Yeah. But you hear her scream. Like it's like bang, like that sound, and you hear her scream. And I was like, oh, that's all. Again, I hope she gets better quick. I knew that she didn't get released, and they shouldn't, because they put a lot of time and investment into her in the performance center, and she is good. She's really good. Like
she's in the same class as Tiffy and all of the other ones. Right. You know, all of their like big shots they have coming up. Zoe was there as well.
But it was a missile drop kick. She didn't do it right in the first place. And I'm not going to say I'm a pro either. Yes, I have been in the ring once or twice. But when you see her do it, she then sort of bounces off and then just lands on her leg. Like she tried to put her feet on the ground and her just ankle rolled leg, bang, bang, bang. And it was terrible. So we wish her well. So this 3-way turns into a 2-way.
Oh, we wish her well, but honestly, man, after that, I doubt. It's been a long time since we've seen Zoe Stark in the ring, and it was because she was getting her knee repaired, and then she comes back and this happens in her first match. We're probably not going to see her again, dude. That's probably the end there, and maybe for good reason after that, unfortunately. But back in the ring, we just have these 2 women left, and the crowd actually heats up a little bit more now for the match because the dynamics that we have between Kairi and Rhea are really good. Rhea just looks like a powerhouse, but Kairi is almost untouchable because of how fast she is and how she can escape. Reversals all over the place. It's a fast moving match here between these 2 ladies. Kairi looks like she almost has an opportunity at one point here when she hits her sliding forearm into the corner on Rhea. Rhea, after she hits some moves, she's also sitting in the corner almost in disbelief of how much punishment Kairi Sane can take. but eventually hit with a riptide, and the finish comes just short of 10 minutes here. Huge asterisk on the match, unfortunately, is going to be the injury to Zoe Stark, but we all knew that Rhea was making her way back into Money in the Bank, and the opportunity was there.
100%. Definitely a way to go for Kari and Rhea to change the match on the fly, because Kari Sane, the returning Kari Sane, should we say, getting pinned here in this match. It was definitely a Zoe spot to get pinned. It's very unfortunate. Rhea Ripley, yes, definitely moving on to Money in the Bank, but not a good look, and good for Kari to take the pin on this aspect, and good for them to readjust to this match and calling the match on the fly for what it was. It went a 3-way to a 2-way to a very good match. I'll give this match a 3.5 on the banana scale, a 3.5, especially for adjusting. And that's a good rating for the beginning.
It's good. Yeah, that's good. Honestly,
Sheamus and Grayson Waller, though, was unfortunately a 0.2 banana.
Mold. No.
You're right.
Let me introduce a different rating for that one. That is your first ever moldy banana, my friend. 1 moldy banana for that match.
But even with brown bananas, you can make good banana cake, banana bread, right? And you couldn't do anything with that
banana cake.
Yeah,
banana cake. Yeah, okay. Banana bread, banana cake, same thing. Apples, okay. Bananas, bananas, giraffes, giroofs.
Speaking about apples, though. Speaking about
apples, indeed. We are back in the clubhouse. And I got to say, the Judgment Day clubhouse is looking a little bit more clubhousey this week. So WWE, thank you for listening to us every week. And thank you for taking that advice with the clubhouse. But yes, back in the clubhouse, the Judgment Day is there. Everybody is there. And that includes Raquel. And that includes Finn, who brings in somebody new. And here is Roxanne Perez coming into the clubhouse. Raquel is not happy about it. Dom, also a little standoffish. Liv isn't going to like this at all. But you know what? Roxanne does what any new friend should do if they want to be loved immediately. And she comes with gifts, Randy. And the gift that she comes, which is the greatest gift for any man who loves it, is an entire box of chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggies as far as he can see, Randy. At least 40 chicken nuggets in a box. Over under on chicken nuggets, 35.5. Definitely there. But yes, Roxanne Perez has gifted Dominic chicken nuggets. And may I say, potentially stolen his heart in doing so. She also has an apple for Carlito, too, which Raquel smacks out of his hand.
I think it was a toque for JD, right? Wasn't it a toque?
I didn't even catch the toque. Oh. I didn't even catch the toque because I was too busy laughing at how Raquel turned and smacked the apple as hard as she possibly could out of Carlito's hands. But yeah, Raquel not happy about Roxanne being there. But we've seen Finn talking with Roxanne in the back for a little while now. Last couple of weeks, something's been a brewing there. And
it's crossing the line. It's crossing the line with the Nuggets, I think. And Liv Morgan coming back, she might make it in Money in the Bank too. There might be a little feud here with Liv and Roxanne. And yeah, there'll be more than chicken nuggets flying in that match, if you really want to say. More than the apples flying. But can't wait for that if that does happen.
Dominic Mysterio is in perfect position, becoming the luckiest man in the world in the eyes of the internet wrestling community for the 3rd time in a row. For the 3rd time in a row, Randy. Look at him. He's just knocking them down. Rhea, Liv, Roxanne. It just keeps on going for this man. No, I don't think so either.
It's going to be Finn. Rox is going to stay with Finn. You know,
yeah,
because nothing says more than like a 45-year-old man with a 23-year-old woman than a 23-year-old woman with a 30-year-old man. You know, this is WWE. Come on. It's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah, anyways, it could anything can happen.
Speaking about 23-year-old men.
Yeah?
Oh, isn't he like 23? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did we miss something?
So. No, we didn't. But I felt like there was some more complexities to that scene to be discussed for sure. When
Okay,
we
let's talk.
involve Roxanne and Finn, and ultimately, this is all a ploy from Finn to break up and destroy Dominic's position in the Judgment Day, get Liv angry. And Roxanne, who knows? She could be someone who could help out the Judgment Day in the meantime. But she is definitely there as a honeypot on behalf of Finn Balor.
Okay, poo. No, a honeypot. That's a good analogy. Right? You're the best.
That's good, right? A honeypot.
You're the best.
You know what else? You're talking about honeypots. No? No, that wasn't as good as yours. But talking about yeeting all over the place, my friends, it is Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. We are at the main event of the evening. Honestly, Randy, it seemed like almost like a quick and easy, digestible show tonight. Did you feel the same way as I did?
A lot of great matches. A great matches. A little...
Well, Grayson Waller.
I said a lot. I never said all. But definitely better than the last couple of weeks or the last little history of WWE Raw anyways.
Limited card tonight, and good runtime for the matches that needed some meat on the bone for sure. Good matches, one really bad match. But this one is not it, folks. It's Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. Jey Uso comes in yeeting all over the place. He didn't steal any children this week. Don't worry. No children were stolen. But there was one very happy girl who was yeeting along with him. A young girl and Jey Uso yeeting on his way into the ring. Okay. We're going to move past that. But that happened, guys. And here comes Braun Breaker as well, talking about dogs barking all over the place, barking his way until he finally works himself into the position where he jumps off of the apron and hits a bulldog on Jey Uso over the announcer's table. And man, Randy, that bump looks not good at all. I'm just going to say that right now. There's different things that we can do. I think a crossbody is better in that position, but Braun Breaker taking 100% of the impact as he does so on that move. Maybe we should retire it. Maybe we should retire it. But anyways, talk about moving 1,000 miles per minute. My apologies. It is Braun Breaker running around the ring like a maniac. There's a point where he hits the ropes as fast as possible. It looks like he's going to drop the super spear there, but for whatever reason, he does a clothesline. Why not spear him at that point, Randy? Why not just spear him at that point? It seemed Jay was definitely open for the spear at that point. But talking about offense, do you feel like Braun Breaker was getting the majority of the offense here in this match, as Jay was kind of an afterthought?
It was a train. He was a train. Choo-choo.
He wouldn't. The real choo-choo. We don't have to
Yeet versus meat.
Effects. Yeah, well, we do get finally the Yeet versus Wolf punching chants in the ring, dueling Yeet. Oh, Yeet. How? And the match was very nice here at one point. But we know that this is all going to happen to, deal with Paul Heyman, who was there at ringside. He has to get involved. The distraction has to come. And it comes in the form of him pulling Jay into the outside with him and challenging him to fisticuffs by taking off his jacket in the most hilarious fashion anybody could take off his jacket, followed by Seth freaking Rollins running in off of the distraction and attacking Jey Uso. But may I say also, landing very awkwardly in the process. And after what happened with Zoe Stark this evening, I was like, my God, please get up. And then Seth Rollins got up and I stopped gasping. But yeah.
It's good.
Jey Uso tactically wins the match up for disqualification. After the match, we have the Dangerous Alliance here with the beatdown. Somebody has to come to the rescue. Why not be more than one? First, it's Sami Zayn running in. Then it is CM Punk running in. They dispatch the Dangerous Alliance. So you think. Jey Uso is in the ring afterwards. He stands up and gets hit in the face with another a fourth knockout punch from a bloody teethed Logan Paul, licking his lips like Randy does when he sees a fresh plate of bananas in the morning, and like I do when I see a nice, fresh sort of plate of roast beef at 2 a.m. on a Friday evening. Randy, that's Raw. That was the show. That's how it ended. Logan Paul, 4 knockouts now. 4 knockouts on Jey Uso. What do you think, buddy?
That match, for what it was good. I really enjoyed Braun trying to do the super spear and then gets the super kick to the face. But in turn, I was like, that probably hurt Jey more than it hurt Braun, because if any Zoe Stark moment would have happened, that would have been the moment right there. But I will give that any possible grade. It is a 3.75 banana out of 5 for that match. And overall, the Raw, I will give another, I'll actually give it a 4, because just like Judgment Day, a 4 banana out of 5 for this Raw. Definitely beating the last couple of weeks of Raw. And it was very enjoyable. It was fun, and it seemed like it went by quick.
It did. It definitely went by quick. The matches gave us some good impact and quick fighting, really quick action, lots of fluidity to the matches itself. And not with Sheamus and Grayson Waller, but at least it wasn't that long. But really, it was like 10 minutes. But I don't think any of us paid attention to it. Do we need to? Not really. The one thing that was kind of interesting about that match, though, that we didn't mention is the Austin Theory chants during the entire match.
Yeah. The Austin
So
Theory
fans are
chants,
definitely hot on this idea of Austin Theory being involved potentially in this dangerous alliance, in my opinion. That's what
Austin
I feel.
Theory and Karrion Kross right now is definitely the new underground wave that we've been keep talking about. So yes, it's definitely little things that are sort of been noticing from the people. And I it's both of those two workers doing it themselves, taking it in their own hands and making sure that the people know who they are, which is a good sign as well.
Getting themselves over. We'll see how this works out with WWE. Usually they don't like it, but maybe they will. Maybe they will. Folks, that is the review of Monday Night Raw for me and Randy. So if you wanted to go ahead and send us a message sometimes, or leave a comment or ask a question, and maybe in 2 months we'll answer it. We still have to do listener mail. But Randy, where should they do so? Do we have a YouTube page or something that they could follow us on?
Yeah, speaking about over, and yes, we should get thank you for bringing up the comments of the mail bag. Yes, other people can definitely collect the comments too in that mailbag. But unfortunately, we don't have it this week. But if you follow us on the YouTubes, that's youtube.com, speaking about over, /@DrawStrawsRaw. We're at 3,450 subscribers, roughly. Thank you all. You can follow us on Instagram at The Hub Sports Entertainment and on X at The Hub Sports ENT. We will answer all your questions there. Go follow the Smack Daddies. Go follow the Dynamite Drop, especially on Twitter as well. Or, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now. They're at the Smack Daddies and at the Dynamite Drop. That's the best thing. Take a look. Thank you, everybody, for everything. We apologize. I guess we'd do a little housekeeping at this time. No, there will not be a Sunday night main event as of May 28th. To give you guys a heads up, I will be going for 2 probably major surgeries in the next 3 weeks. So one in the next week and a bit, I guess, right, Eric? And then the other one about 2 weeks after. But there is news. Don't worry. Yes, we're still on the radio. We're still on TSN, and we're still on News Talk. But there'll be big news to follow. And definitely with people involved that you're listening to right now. So once we get that all straightened out and all done, we'll definitely announce it. And I apologize. I'll take that on me. So if you have any complaints on that, please send me a DM, direct message, or anything else like that, because you'll definitely, it's worth the wait, guys. That's all I got to say. It's definitely worth the wait.
Here's what Randy will do for you. If you're upset about that, send him a DM, and he will send you A little bit of Jesus in your life.
That's it. I will.
Just a little Jesus. That's
Just a little
it.
Jesus.
That's all we need, folks. That's all we need in our. All right.
What about you, Eric B?
You can just follow me on the Instagrams. I always do my posts for the hub. So if you are following the hub, you can just follow me in the process as well. It's the easiest way to do it, honestly. And then nothing makes me happier than you going to YouTube and doing a follow. Drop a follow, a like on any video, anything that we post. We've been doing shorts like crazy as of late. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. But yeah, we always enjoy coming on and talking about wrestling with each other and talking to you guys every single week. So thank you so much for listening to me and Randy chatting away again here for another week. So until the next time we are here to do so, please take care of yourselves and each other and continue to live your lives impactfully.
Rock and bold. Live. Morgan is back next week.
Woo!
Laugh and love wrestling.